the liquidation or winding up company. So we had already discussed regarding the registration requirement of company form, okay, procedures, and the last session that we had discussed regarding the corporate structure. So what do you mean by corporate structure, and what are the main organ under the companies? Usually in most of the companies that you find. Can you remember? Can you share what are the major organ under the company? So we have discussed their rights, duty, functions. Anyone can remember? In last session that we had discussed, the main organ of company under the company, that is general meetings, shareholders meeting, and board of directors. And under board of directors, company is operated by the management team. The team is led by the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and other manager and staffs. They also engage in day-to-day operation of the company or business. हैन त्यही हैन okay. अब हामी further, if you would not like to run that company or business, you would like to dissolve or you would like to liquidate that company. So there are other potential area, rather than that you have been doing the existing business, then you would like to exit from that business. Okay, it doesn't mean that sometimes the company goes into the losses, huge losses. So the situation compel you to go for the liquidation or forced to go for the liquidation or dissolving that company. The one scenario or condition you see, जुन तपाईले आफूले नसोचेको अनुसार कम्पनी दर्ता गर्नुभयो, सम्पूर्ण प्रक्रिया पुर्याउनुभयो, रन गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ, तर कम्पनीले, so when the situation occurs that your liabilities exceeds then the assets that you have in the company. कम्पनीमा भएको कम्पनीको सम्पत्ति भन्दा दायित्व बढेर गयो के, ह्युज लस बेहोर्नु पर्यो। ओके, सो त्यो बेलामा पनि बाध्यतावश कम्पनी के हुन्छ, इन्सल्भेन्ट कम्पनी इन्सल्भेन्सी प्रक्रिया अनुसार लिक्विडेसनमा जान्छ। ओके, सो another is that the first one is, so if you would not like to run that business or further or continue that business, you'd like to fresh start another by dissolving, by ending that corporate life of that company. Even you have been getting the profit or the assets is sufficient that to satisfy the liabilities. Okay, तपाईले दायित्वलाई पूरा गर्न तपाईसँग पर्याप्त कम्पनीमा सम्पत्ति पनि छ, हैन, तपाईले राम्रै गरिरहनु भएको छ, तै पनि if you would not like to continue, there are other potential more the profit generating area that you are saying, then you'd like to start such kind of business by dissolving this one first that you have already registered and operated. So liquidation and winding up a company भनेको चाहिँ कम्पनीको लिगल लाइफलाई इन्ड गर्ने प्रक्रिया हो, हैन। जसरी हामीले दर्ता प्रक्रियाहरुको कुरा गर्यौं नि, हैन, पहिला फर्स्टमा दर्ता गर्दा के चाहिने रहेछ, फन्डामेन्टल डकुमेन्ट्स, can you remember?
MOA, citizenship, AOA.
Yes, is good. These are the most, the fundamental documents that we need to. Okay, liquidation. So it is slow भइरहेछ net is so difficult. So liquidation winding up company भनेको चाहिँ company लाई dissolve गर्ने खारेज गर्ने कि. So as we have already discussed, and the one of the major the features or the most important features of company is a perpetual succession हैन. यसको long life हुन्छ हैन. यसको मान्छेको जस्तो आयु certain natural persons हैन as factor, or doesn't matter that the company goes to years and years. Okay, if we take some of the companies example in Japan, so 100 and more than 200 years, okay, old company. So company को perpetual succession भनेको चाहिँ एउटा निरन्तर उसको member may comes and go हैन. So as a Mr. ABCD यसको promoters अथवा shareholders छन् भने उले बेचेर अर्को shareholder हुन सक्छ. Until and unless the legal person is in debt, so legal person, corporate life in debt, then it exists. Okay, by following the certain procedures. So law, legal person or the company is created by law and only can dissolve by the due process of law that need to be followed. Until and unless it is deleted or removed its name in the register book of the company registrar office, which has maintained after registration, then the legal status, legal position of the company remain हैन रहिरहेको हुन्छ नि हैन legally. त्यसैले here you have to understand the company को जसरी company कानुनले सिर्जना गरेको हुन्छ, कानुनी प्रक्रिया पूरा गरेर दर्ता गरिएको हुन्छ, त्यसैगरी कानुनी प्रक्रिया पूरा नगरिकन हैन, suppose you are not doing any transactions, so you are keeping silent and you are not, so there is no transaction at all, but the legal status of the company remain continue हैन. उसको legal status company को चाहिँ रहि नै रहन्छ. ओके, तपाईले ट्रान्ज्याक्सन गर्दै नगर्नुस् अथवा गर्नुस् until and unless it is ended legally by following the procedures that is clearly defined and articulated by the law. So company being a legal person can be brought to an end only by the legal process. So dissolution, ending the corporate life by completing legal formalities. Dissolution, liquidation and winding up are interchangeable terms. Dissolution, liquidation र winding up, अर्को striking off पनि भन्छ UK मा है. कम्पनीलाई खारेजी गर्नु अथवा कम्पनीको लीगल स्ट्याटसलाई के गर्नु, एन्ड गर्नु, कम्प्लिटली एन्ड गर्नु by following the procedures. अब यहाँनेर डिसोल्युसन भनेको चाहिँ अन्तिम रिजल्ट हो के. सो लिक्विडेसन, so however it is said that the liquidation and winding up are the process and dissolution is the end result. भनेको लिक्विडेसन भनेको चाहिँ कम्पनीको सम्पत्तिलाई लिक्विडेट गरेर हैन, द कन्सर्न स्टेक होल्डर्स, शेयर होल्डर्स हैन को राइट्सहरु फुलफिल गर्ने, उनीहरुको जे छ त्यो फुलफिल गरेर सटिस्फाई गरेर सेटल गरेर त्यसलाई कम्प्लिट गर्ने, र अन्तिमको रिजल्ट भनेको चाहिँ के हो भने कम्पनीको विघटन, डिजोल्युसन भनेको चाहिँ विघटन भन्छ क्या नेपालीमा। ओके, सो लिक्विडेसन भनेको चाहिँ प्रक्रिया, लिक्विडेट गर्ने प्रक्रिया हो, भएको सम्पत्तिलाई ओके बाँडफाँड गर्ने, अलोकेट गर्ने, सो कसैको क्लेम राइट छ भने त्यसलाई सेटिस्फाइड गर्ने एज पर द ल। So the liquidation process always handled by the liquidator, who is appointed by the company general meeting, which is the first and foremost duty of the company. Company ले पहिलो फर्स्ट मा नै जनरल एसेम्ब्ली भन्यौं नि हामीले हैन, शेयरहोल्डर्स मिटिङले liquidator, the license holder persons, the person who is authorized to do the liquidation process, to proceed the liquidation process हैन, त्यो प्रोसेस फलो गर्नु पर्ने हुन्छ। सो आई एम अल्सो लिक्विडेटर है। सो डेफिनेसन अफ लिक्विडेसन of a company is one of the modes of dissolution of company. कंपनी बाट बाहिर आउने, एक्जिट हुने विभिन्न मोड्सहरु मध्ये लिक्विडेसन एउटा मोड हो के। सो द वे हो। सो after the completion of liquidation process, a company comes to dissolve, हैन, there is a process that liquidator need to follow, and liquidator after his or appointment by the general meeting, so the liquidator will take over all the matters, handle all the matters, okay, convey the meetings and settle the dues and other claims that is made by the concerned stakeholders, हैन। So Black-Letter dictionary ले के भन्छ भने winding up means the process of settling the accounts and liquidating the assets of partnership or corporation for the purpose of making distribution of net assets to shareholders or partners and dissolving the concern। भनेको अल्टिमेटली के हो भन्दाखेरि अब कम्पनीले ट्रान्ज्याक्सन गर्दैन, बन्द गर्छ र अहिलेसम्म भएको काम कारोबारबाट कसलाई तिर्नु बुझाउनु पर्ने दायित्व के छ, कसको क्लेम के छ, र शेयरधानी र स्टेक होल्डर्सहरुले अथवा क्रेडिटर्सहरु साहुहरुले को बीचमा क्लेमहरु सेटल गर्ने र फाइनली यसलाई के गर्ने, डिजल्भ गर्ने, विघटन गर्ने हो के। सो अन्तिम रिजल्ट चाहिँ फाइनल रिजल्ट इज द डिसोल्युसन। So liquidation is a process that you have to understand here. So Professor LCB Gaur, he is a renowned professor and he has written several books on the company's laws, and is a prominent professor and the author that he has contributed in the different books and the articles. Okay, so the liquidation or winding up of a company is he says that process whereby its life is ended and its property is administered for the benefit of its creditors and members. An administrator called a liquidator is appointed, and he takes control of the company, collects its assets, pays its debts, and finally distributes any surplus among the members in accordance with their rights. So on the basis of these definitions, liquidation is a process that stops the transactions of company and actually ends the life of company. The property of company is arranged through dividing among the creditors and shareholders. All the process are completed by the liquidator appointed for this purpose. भनेपछि लिक्विडेसन भनेको चाहिँ अब कम्पनीले अब काम कारोबार गर्दैन, अब सबै बन्द गर्ने भयो भने अब उले के कुराहरु तिर्नु बुझाउनु पर्ने दायित्व छ, के कति सम्पत्ति एसेट्सहरु छ त्यसलाई डिस्ट्रिब्युट गरेर सेटल गर्ने, र यदि इफ एनी रिमेन हैन कुनै रह्यो हैन कुनै बाँकी रह्यो भने रिमेनिङ सरप्लस हैन कुनै केही बचेको छु भने त्यो चाहिँ के गर्ने, सबैलाई सेटल गरिसकेपछि बाँकी चाहिँ यसको मेम्बर शेयरधानीहरुले लाई डिस्ट्रिब्युट गर्ने र फाइनल्ली डिजल्भ गर्ने हैन विघटन गर्ने सो द्याट इज द way where the company's corporate life is ended. So modes of liquidation. There may be various process about the liquidations of company in different countries pursuant to their concerned laws. So we have basically major two laws. One is the Companies Act. We'll be dealing here most of the provisions of Companies Act, and the Insolvency Act. The act is applicable in that conditions where the companies is unable to satisfy its liabilities by the assets owned by the company. हैन कम्पनीको आफ्नो दायित्व सम्पत्तिबाट दायित्वहरू पूरा गर्न नसक्ने अवस्थामा चाहिँ इन्सल्भेन्सी एक्टको प्रोभिजन लागू हुन्छ. Okay, so a company may come to an end through liquidation either voluntary or by order of the court in Britain. So there are different laws prevailing in different states, and in Nepalese context, two different laws, namely the Companies Act and the Insolvency Act, are in place. In this respect, that according to the Companies Act, there are two modes of liquidation. They are voluntary liquidation and compulsory liquidation. Okay. Modes of exiting from business. Businessबाट बाहिर आउने विविध अवस्थाहरू हैन. We are talking here under the Companies Act. है Companies Act अन्तर्गत हेरिरहेका छौँ हामीले प्राइभेट फर्म पार्टनरशिप फर्मको हेरिरहेका छैनौँ है. Don't be confused here. है So we are talking under the Companies Act, and particularly in the companies, in the case of companies, कम्पनीको डिसोल्युसनको केसमा. Okay, विघटनको केसमा. यसमा you see here the डिरजिस्ट्रेसन दर्ता खारेजी भन्छ नेपालीमा है. डिरजिस्ट्रेसनलाई दर्ता खारेजी भन्छ, डिसोल्युसनलाई विघटन भन्छ. डिरजिस्ट्रेसन पनि भोलुन्टरी र कम्पल्सरी हुन्छ, अनि डिसोल्युसन विघटन पनि भोलुन्टरी र कम्पल्सरी हुन्छ. भनेको भोलुन्टरी भनेको स्वैच्छिक र कम्पल्सरी भनेको ड्यू टु द सिचुएसन डिटरमाइन्स अफ द लिड्स द्याट हैन way or the the सिचुएसनले लिड गर्छ क्या. जस्तै यदि कम्पनी फाइदामा छैन, आफ्नो भएको दायित्व आफूलाई पूरा गर्नुपर्ने दायित्व आफूले पूरा गर्नुपर्ने दायित्व चाहिँ कम्पनीको सम्पत्तिबाट पूरा गर्न सकिँदैन. ओके, सो डिरजिस्ट्रेसन भनेको दर्ता खारेजी एट द अर्लियर स्टेज हैन. दर्ता गरियो, यु हेभ अलरेडी रजिस्टर्ड कम्पनी एन्ड so no transaction has been doing हैन, कुनै पनि कारोबार भइरहेको छैन. Okay, so the promoters would like, all the promoters would like to deregister, दर्ता खारेजी नै. Okay, so they need to have there is no transaction in company and we would like to deregister that company, that they need to file applications stating that matters and along with the related or the required documents. That is tax, okay, clearance or the tax reports. Okay, tax कारोबार गरेको छैन भनेर अडिटरको रिपोर्ट. Okay, and dissolution of a company, voluntary and compulsory, that we have already discussed shortly. That is स्वैच्छिक र बाध्यकारी हो कि. सो बाध्यतावश गर्नुपर्ने अवस्था, त्यो भनेको चाहिँ कम्पनीको फाइनान्शियल स्टेटसले देखाउँछ. ओके, सो द कम्पनीज फाइनान्शियल स्टेटस is not that in position the assets of the company cannot satisfy the liabilities. So the types of liquidation, voluntary, enforced or compulsory, and the voluntary, that is company is able to fully pay its debts, and company is not able to fully pay its debts, that is insolvency. Okay. So liquidation process, अब liquidation process मा कसरी जाने त, के कसरी लिक्विडेसन प्रोसेस इनिसिएट गर्ने? ओके, कम्पनीको सपोज तपाईले कम्पनी दर्ता गर्नुभयो, कम्पनी दर्ता गर्ने बित्तिकै सो कुनै कारोबार भएको छैन भनेर डिरेजिस्टर्ड गर्ने एउटा भयो दर्ता खारेजी है। हियर यु हेभ टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड दि डिरेजिस्टर भनेको चाहिँ दर्ता खारेजी है, लिक्विडेसन अर रिजोल्युसन भनेको चाहिँ कम्पनीको विघटन हो है। दर्ता खारेजी भनेको चाहिँ दर्ता भए हुने बित्तिकै सुरुकै अवस्थामा अथवा विदिन अ इयर हैन, अर्लियर स्टेजमा केही कारोबार भएको छैन, तपाईले यसलाई दर्ता खारेजी, केही पनि कारोबार भएको छैन भने दर्ता खारेजी गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ सबै प्रमोटर्सहरूले कन्सेन्सस एउटा कन्सेन्ट, सबैको अल प्रमोटर्स हेभ सम कन्सेन्ट टु डिरेजिस्टर दैट कंपनी, they need to pass the resolution and file applications before the OCR हैन। उनीहरूले त्यो पास गरेर कम्पनी रजिस्टर कार्यालयमा दिने निवेदन दिने कुरा। Here we are talking the liquidation resolutions where one condition is voluntary, that is the condition where the company can satisfy all the liabilities by its assets and company is not in that financial distress position हैन। प्रोसेस अफ लिक्विडेसन, प्रोसेस को कुराहरु है। प्रोसेस अफ लिक्विडेसन अफ अ कंपनी involves the act of collecting and assessing its liability and assets, selling its assets and converting into cash. Liquidity, liquidation भनेकै लिक्विडिटी है, त्यसलाई तरलतामा ल्याउने के। सो ल्यान्ड अथवा कुनै इमोबल प्रपर्टी छ भने त्यसलाई सेल गर्ने हैन, शेयरको कुराहरु हुन सक्छ, के छ कम्पनीको हैन, सो त्यसलाई लिक्विडेट गर्ने के, कन्भर्टिङ इन्टु द क्याश। सेटलिङ लायबिलिटीज एज पर द सेट प्रायोरिटी, प्रायोरिटी सर्टेन दिएको छ, जस्तै गभर्नमेन्ट रेभेन्यू हुन सक्छ, स्यालेरीज हुन सक्छ इम्प्लोयीहरुको हैन, अनि सर्टेन ट्याक्सहरुको कुराहरु हुन सक्छ। सो देयर आर सेट प्रायोरिटी हो कि, सो ल हैज क्लियरली स्टेटेड according to that priority it should be settled। okay, so distributing the profits if remain to the shareholders proportionately, यदि कुनै बच्यो भने, कुनै फाइदा केही रकम बच्यो भने त्यो चाहिँ proportionately shareholders, because the shareholders are the real owner of that company हैन। कम्पनीको वास्तविक धनी भनेको शेयर धनी भएको कारणले उनीहरूले प्राप्त गर्छन्। यदि बाँकी रह्यो भने ओके, सो removing the name of the company from the register of the OCR भनेको these are the stages है। अब अन्तिममा चाहिँ कम्पनीको नाम रिमुभ गर्ने हैन, कहाँबाट, कम्पनी रजिस्ट्रारको कार्यालयबाट जहाँ यो पहिला दर्ता भएको थियो। So process of liquidation enables to an examination of the conduct of the company's management. This may result in the civil and criminal proceedings against the member of management. So we have already discussed that regarding the day-to-day operations and the to operate the company in smooth way to get more and more profit. The crucial role can be played by the board of directors, and there is management team also. So they have certain duty of care, duty of skill, and the interest of the company they need to take into account as a board member. So they should not place themselves the conflict of interest in a conflict of interest between the company and them. So directorsहरूले कम्पनीलाई रन गर्दाखेरि यदि हिडन इन्ट्रेस्ट, उनीहरुको पर्सनल इन्ट्रेस्ट अनुसार काम गरेको छ र कम्पनीले लस बेयर गर्दै गइरहेको छ भने त्यो बेला यो लिक्विडेसन प्रोसेसमा जाँदाखेरि त्यो एउटा एक्जामिन गर्ने एउटा छ काइन्ड अफ अपर्चुनिटी टु एक्जामिन दैट देयर परफर्मेन्स whether they have been doing properly and for the best interest of the company or their own interest, that can be revealed to बाहिर आउन सक्छ by in due course of the liquidations को प्रक्रिया. So liquidation is carried out by the liquidator, independent qualified third person, so license holder persons. So the liquidator, the authorized license holder person, will take over all the matters, all the dealings, and the the process comes under the liquidator, or liquidator handle that process. So liquidation process initiated at the option of the company involves the actions taken by the organs, that is generally GM भनेको general meeting है, shareholders meeting of the company itself. Only the company capable to pay its debts and liabilities can be voluntarily liquidated. भनेको कम्पनीको यो अवस्था हुनु पर्यो कि जुन अवस्था कम्पनीले चाहिँ सम्पूर्ण दायित्वहरू उसको सम्पत्तिबाट फुलफिल गर्न सक्छ, पूरा गर्न सक्छ. So company is in that capable position, okay, to fulfill the liabilities by its assets. त्यो अवस्था मात्रै भोलुन्टरीली स्वैच्छिक रूपमा खारेज गर्न अथवा लिक्विडेसनको प्रक्रियामा जान सक्छ. So that is another aspect we will be dealing later on, that is insolvency, हैन, compulsory liquidation. So condition for voluntary liquidation, the company should be able to settle its all liabilities. Directors should have made declaration in the general meeting that the company is able to pay all its liabilities within 1 year. So GM is here not a general manager. General meetings, है, साधारण सभा, shareholders meeting. You know the shareholders meeting that we had discussed last session? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
How many times the company holds that general meeting?
Annually.
Once a year, that is annual general meeting. And if any agenda need to be passed as an urgent agenda, as an important agenda, so but the annual general meeting is yet to held, हैन. Annual general meeting हुन बाँकी नै छ, हैन. त्यो बेलामा बीचमा केही काम पास गर्नु पर्यो अथवा कुनै निर्णय गर्नु पर्यो इम्पोर्टेन्ट भने त्यो बेलामा के हुने भयो, that may be the special or extraordinary general meeting in the shareholders meeting. But generally there is a periodic general meeting, shareholders meeting once a year, हैन, वर्षको एकचोटि. So there may be a several times the company, the board of directors, okay, so meeting can take place. Board of directors को meetings हरु चाहिँ विभिन्न समयमा as and when as required हुन सक्छ, हैन. So here I'm talking the general meeting ले के गर्नु पर्यो पहिलो नम्बरमा भने first you have to understand the liquidation process. If the company would like to proceed the voluntary liquidation process, then first and foremost the company's general meeting need to pass that agenda to appoint the liquidator to initiate or to handle the liquidation process, and they also need to pass the special resolutions, हैन. So company is going to dissolve through voluntary liquidation process, and directors of that company, particular company, they have a duty, they have a responsibility, and they must declare that the company is in that position, the company can settle its liabilities by the assets that belongs to the company. Company ले आफूसँग भएको सम्पत्तिबाट दायित्वहरू पूरा गर्न सक्छ भनेर सञ्चालकले नै यो मिटिङमा डिक्लेयर गर्नुपर्छ, घोषणा गर्नुपर्छ। ओके, then the liquidator after his or her appointment so will take over all the matters, all the process that is handled by the license holder liquidator. There should not be any proceeding of insolvency running against the company. So it must be ensured that there is no any kind of proceedings which has already initiated under the Insolvency Act, that is compulsory dissolution, compulsory liquidation. So why directors should make declaration? के लाग्छ, डाइरेक्टर्सले यो डिक्लेरेसन गर्नु आवश्यकता किन छ? Why? To make sure that the company is in that position, company can settle all the liabilities, okay, within a year. So passing special resolution, first stage, appointing liquidator and fixing his remuneration. At that time, when the special resolution passed, okay, by the general meeting, that time the liquidator also need to be appointed. So appointing liquidator, auditor, and the fixing his remuneration, taking custody of the assets by the liquidator, termination of service of creditors, directors, and the employees. So clearing liabilities as per the set priority, and distributing the proceeds to the shareholders, if any. Submitting the reports by the liquidator to the OCR. So there is in detail, I'm not talking here the details that it takes a time. So these are the stages, हैन. Liquidator appoint गरेपछि लिक्विडेटरले सूचना प्रकाशित गर्नुपर्छ. Actually the practice is सूचना पब्लिकली प्रकाशित गर्नुपर्छ. ओके, कसको दाबी छ, कसको लिनु छ, those who are the creditors, हैन. So those who have a certain claim against that company, हैन. Are there any litigations or cases, another initiated against the company, or what are the external factors and the matters or the stakeholders concerned? So that need to be addressed by the liquidator, हैन. भनेको सूचना प्रकाशित गरेर त्यो सम्पूर्ण कुराहरू लिक्विडेटरले माग्नु पर्ने हुन्छ के, कसैको दाबी छ, कसैको सम्पत्ति लिनु छ, दिनु छ. ओके, so these are the matters, and according to that notice, so if any claim filed before the liquidator, and the liquidator need to address that matters, so to satisfy that the liabilities, if any, or any other claim or concern that need to be addressed by the liquidator, and removing the name of the company from the above. त्यो सम्पूर्ण कुरा हेरिसकेपछि उले के गर्छ, रिपोर्ट तयार गर्छ लिक्विडेटरले, हैन. रिपोर्ट तयार गरेर अब कुनै पनि बाँकी छैन, कसैको क्लेम बाँकी छैन भनेर उले एउटा रिपोर्ट तयार गर्छ हो. सबै जुन कम्पनीले मिटिङहरु गर्ने हो, अथवा शेयर साउहरुको सभा बोलाउनु पर्ने हो, अथवा साउहरुलाई सोध्नु पर्ने हो कम्पनीको, हैन, क्रेडिटर्सहरुलाई, अरु स्टेक होल्डरलाई भने सम्पूर्ण प्रक्रिया पूरा गरिसकेपछि उले रिपोर्ट तयार गर्छ, हैन. रिपोर्ट तयार गरिसकेर अनि when need to submit, the report should be submitted, okay, need to be submitted before the OCR. OCR भनेको company register office of company register, that you know. So त्यहाँ have already registered छैन, त्यहाँ दर्ता गर्नु भएको छ नि, हैन. तपाईले register bookमा मेन्टेन गरेको छ नि manually and soft, okay, copy that you find. There is online service and the electronic registration also. So अब तपाईले सफ्ट कपी पनि छ तपाईसँग, म्यानुअली पनि त्यहाँ रजिस्टर भएको छ पहिले, हैन. त्यसको नाम त्यहाँबाट हटाउनु पर्यो नि, हैन, डिलिट गर्नु पर्यो नि. त्यो गर्ने प्रक्रिया पूरा गरेपछि मात्रै then after also it should be published in newspaper. So कम्पनीको नाम लेखेर यो कम्पनी दर्ता खारिजी ओके खारिजी भएको छ ओके लिक्विडेसनको प्रक्रियाबाट खारिजी भएको छ अब यो कम्पनीको नामबाट कुनै काम कारोबार हुने छैन ओके सो त्यो पब्लिकली न्यूजपेपरमा आउनु पर्यो सो व्हाट ह्यापन इफ the company finds that the company liquidator finds that the company is not in that position where the company can settle its liabilities by the assets that is belongs to the company. Company सँग भएको आफ्नो सम्पत्तिले कम्पनीको दायित्व पूरा गर्न सक्दैन insolvent अवस्थामा छ not insolvent and in that the position financially sound to fulfill to satisfy the liabilities भने त्यो अवस्थामा के गर्ने लिक्विडेटरले लिक्विडेसनको प्रोसेस चाहिँ as decided by the general meeting ले निर्णय गरेर डाइरेक्टर्सले पनि डिक्लेयर गरेर कम्पनीले 1 वर्षभित्र आफ्नो दायित्वहरू पूरा गर्न सक्छ भनेर दिएको थियो जिम्मा लिक्विडेटरलाई तर लिक्विडेटरले इन ड्यू कोर्स अफ दैट liquidation process that is revealed the company is not in that position. Company त्यो पोजिसनमा छैन भन्ने कुरा बाहिर आयो भने so what happens then immediately के गर्नु पर्यो इन्सल्भेन्सी प्रक्रियामा जानु पर्यो सो हामी कुन ऐन अन्तर्गत कम्पनीज एक्ट अन्तर्गत भोलुन्टरी लिक्विडेसनको प्रक्रियामा छौं हो भोलुन्टरी लिक्विडेसनको प्रक्रियामा छौं अब तर प्रक्रिया सुरु गरिसकेपछि इन ड्यू कोर्स अफ दैट टाइम कम्पनीको सम्पत्ति चाहिँ दायित्व पूरा गर्न सक्ने अवस्थामा छैन भन्ने थाहा भयो भने सो इमिडिएटली द लिक्विडेटर need to proceed the insolvency procedures under the Insolvency Act. There is a separate act, right? Insolvency Act, which is applicable. The provisions, all the provisions are applicable to the compulsory liquidation or forced liquidation. So liquidation has certain power and duties here. So only the licensed holder insolvency practitioners can be a liquidator. So submitting these are the duties, power of and function of the liquidator, right? Submitting the income and expenditure statement of company to the OCR at the interval of each 6 months. Submitting the progress report of the liquidation to general meeting at the interval of 6 months. भनेको यो चाहिँ 6 महिनामा लिक्विडेसन प्रोसेस नभएसम्मको लागि सर्टेन अब कम्पनीको सभाहरू हुने बोलाउने ओके रिपोर्टहरू तयार गर्ने ओके क्लेमहरू चाहिँ पब्लिकली नोटिस गरेर क्लेमहरू के अफर गर्ने हैन कसैको छ भने सो collecting the assets and settling the debts, distributing the remaining proceeds to the shareholders, submitting the details report of liquidation along with the auditor's reports to the OCR. भनेपछि यो सबै तयार गरिसकेपछि उले अडिटरको पनि अडिटर सँगसँगै अडिटरले सबै ट्रान्ज्याक्सनको अडिट गर्ने भएन त्यो समेत राखेर कम्पनी रजिस्ट्रारको कार्यालय समक्ष लिक्विडेटरले पेश गर्ने भयो ओके सो कम्पल्सरी वाइन्डिङ अफ अर डिजोल्युसन अब हामी हेरौँ त्यो भोलुन्टरीको कुरा हामी गरिरहेका थियौं हैन भोलुन्टरी लिक्विडेसनको प्रोसेसको कुरा गरिरहेका थियौं अब हामी कम्पल्सरी वाइन्डिङ अफ अर फोर्स liquidation. A company may be wound up at an order of the court, which is called compulsory winding up or liquidation. The following are the cases in which a company may be wound up: a special resolution, default in holding statutory meeting, non-compliance or suspension of business, failure to pay of debt, just and equitable. So the all the process that is initiated and regulated and supervised by the court है यहाँनिर इन्सल्भेन्सी ऐन अन्तर्गतको कम्पनीको डिजोल्युसन कम्पनीको लिक्विडेसनको प्रक्रिया चाहिँ सम्पूर्ण कोर्टको अन्डरमा सुपरभिजनमा हुन्छ सो अपॉइंटमेंट of liquidator by company itself which includes by the shareholders by the creditors or by order of court यदि त्यसरी हुन सकेन भने कोर्टको अर्डर लाग्छ लिक्विडेटर इज always another necessary and there is also a provision of investigating officer पनि छ है त्यहाँनिर सो लिक्विडेटर सँगसँगै इन्सल्भेन्सीको प्रक्रिया अन्तर्गत फोर्सफुल्ली अथवा कम्पल्सरी लिक्विडेसन प्रक्रिया जाँदा चाहिँ इन्भेस्टिगेटिङ अफिसर ओके पनि or and the liquidator the right to institute or defend any suit or legal proceedings in the name of on behalf of the company लिक्विडेटर अधिकार है यहाँनिर सबै अधिकार चाहिँ लिक्विडेटरमा जान्छ र उसले आफ्नो सर्टेन ड्युटीजहरु एन्ड फंक्शन्सहरु that need to be fulfilled so right to conduct business of company being liquidated in profitable manner right to sell assets of the company right to settle all the debts power to issue accept or endorse the negotiable instrument on behalf of or in the name of the company right to please the assets of the company so whole the functions or all the matters that is handled by the liquidator and liquidator has an exclusive right to proceed that liquidity process under the supervision of the court order. Court co order saying time and again they need to have. So power to summon and interrogate the directors and the officials of the company, right to conduct a meeting of creditor, right to pay debts of the company. So these are the duties of the liquidator. Duty to take the company's assets to his custody, उसको जिम्मामा लिनु, duty to exercise all his power, duty to call meeting of shareholders and creditors, duty to notify the fraud committed against the company or the creditors, duty to settle the liabilities according to the property of the company. हैन कम्पनीको दायित्वहरु सेटल गर्ने ओके सो दिस आर अल द ड्युटीज power and duties of liquidators so duty to submit the accounts to the office of the company registrar duty to maintain correct and accurate records and the account duty to submit particular to the general meeting duty to submit the final report for the dissolution of the company ultimately यसमा पनि फाइनल रिजल्ट फाइनल डिसोल्युसन चाहिँ कम्पनी रजिस्ट्रारको कार्यालयमा पेश गरेर कम्पनीको नाम चाहिँ के गरिन्छ त्यसबाट हटाइन्छ सो हियर इज वन केस है नेपाल डेभलपमेन्ट बैंकको केस द फर्स्ट लिक्विडेसन केस सो द केस नारायण बजाज यसको लिक्विडेटर हुनुहुन्थ्यो के सो Nepal Development Bank is the first company to be liquidated after the Insolvency Act. Insolvency Act 2063 मा आएको र त्यो एक्ट आएपछिको पहिलो लिक्विडेसन बैंकको केस चाहिँ नेपाल डेभलपमेन्ट बैंकको केस हो के सो इट्स अ initiating that insolvency proceedings. So bad management, bad policy and bad luck as well were main reasons that is the company or the bank went into the liquidations under the insolvency laws हैन insolvency law अन्तर्गत पहिलो लिक्विडेसन केस चाहिँ नेपाल डेभलपमेन्ट बैंकको त्यसको कारण के भन्दाखेरि एउटा ब्याड म्यानेजमेन्ट हो उनीहरुको ब्याड पोलिसी हो अनि र ग्रुप अफ देयर members or the promoters there was a conflict of interest and they misutilize the funds of the banks, and there are several reasons. विभिन्न कारणले as per the clause 74 of the BAFIA Act भनेको बैंक वित्तीय संस्था सम्बन्धी ऐन 2073 छ है. There is a 2073 Act. As per the section 74, the case was filed in the Part in Appellate Court. Now it's a High Court for liquidation. In January 2010, court ordered to liquidate the NDB, Nepal Development Bank. So you see the Nepal Development Bank picture. There are depositors and other stakeholders. To get their to claim their in the genuine demand. So these are some numerical data. In first quarters of 2064 BS, reserve deficit was 580 millions deficit data. Furthermore, in the first 8 months of period of 65 suffered NDB suffered area 680 million, net worth turned negative by 25.02%, which further worsened to the 30.43% by Chaitra. Non-performing loans were 50%. Non-performing loans, and say there is a so 50% with negative capital adequacy ratio of 48.31%, allowing up to the 11 only. Okay, so this is the scenario. This the data says that at that time. And how it is started? It started from January 1920 2010 with audit of assets and liabilities. In first process of recovering loans, 200 million was recovered within 15 days of publication of notice. As per the Insolvency Act, the liquidator will have to submit the report about assets and the liabilities of bank to the court before reaching any conclusion on sharing of the money to the stakeholders. So here is a process, liquidation process, that is initiated, that is handled by the liquidator as per the court order. So small deposits are to 210 millions. 210 millions. Employees Provident Fund and Nepal Army had areas 330 million and 180 million. Expenses of liquidator, employees and other liabilities were listed in its priority, gradually excluding directors of the company. Minister of Finance sent a list of the 40 former NDB officials to police for further investigation. भनेको त्यहाँ चाहिँ अब विभिन्न इरेगुलर एक्ट्स एन्ड एक्टिभिटिजहरु भएको केसमा चाहिँ त्यो एनडीबी को नेपाल डेभलपमेन्ट बैंकको पूर्व अफिसियल्सहरुको केस पनि इन्भेस्टिगेसन गरियो र सो देयर इज अ प्रायोरिटी बेस है सेटलिङ गर्दाखेरि जस्तै लिक्विडेटरको फी भयो, गभर्नमेन्ट फी भयो, अनि त्यसपछि कम्पनीको स्टाफ्सहरुको एन्ड डिपोजिटर्सको फर्स्ट that depositors the amounts need to be settled. Okay, so these are the process and the case, the real case that you find the first case, Nepal Development Bank case liquidations. Initially 75% depositors were expected to be returned back. Notice was issued to pay back to up to these amounts to small institutional depositors. Non-performing assets process in land Chitron in auction of NDB. अब त्यो जुन non-performing assets छ नि, non-performing asset भनेको usually immovable property जग्गाहरु हुन्छ हैन, त्यस्तोलाई चाहिँ auction गर्ने भनेको लिलाम बिक्री गर्ने हैन. सो त्यो लिलाम बिक्री गरेर त्यसबाट आएको पैसा पनि ओके सो सेटल गर्ने. So these are the process and procedures in practice है, practice मा गर्ने कुराहरु. So this is one first cases of the bank or financial institution under the liquidation process, that is initiate as per the order of court by the liquidator. Yes, revival and reduction of the dissolved company, section 136 of the Companies Act. अब तपाईले company dissolve भयो, deregister भयो हैन, deregister भएको केसमा त्यो रिभाइभ हुन सक्छ त, फेरि त्यसले rebirth हैन, पुनर्जन्म पाउँछ कि पाउँदैन. So what the law says, as per the legal provisions 136, so can a deregistered company be revived? It can be revived only by the order of court. The application for revival can be filed by the company, its shareholders or creditors. The time limitation is from that date within 5 years. 5 वर्षभित्र त्यो केस फाइल गरिसक्नु पर्यो. ओके, 5 वर्षभित्र केस फाइल गरिसक्नु पर्यो फर द रिभाइभ. सो देयर आर कन्डिसन्स है, कुन कन्डिसनमा रिभाइभ हुन सक्छ. सो डिरेजिस्टर्स व्हाइल इट वाज एक्चुअली इन अपरेसन. डिरेजिस्टर गर्ने भनेको चाहिँ कुनै पनि कारोबार गरेन, पहिला कम्पनी दर्ता गरियो र केही देयर वाज नो इन ट्रान्ज्याक्सन एट अल, अनि त्यो आधारमा चाहिँ डिरेजिस्टर गरिएको थियो, तर एक्चुअली कम्पनी चाहिँ अपरेसनमा थियो भन्ने कुरा पछि थाहा भयो. ओके, सो देन कम्पनीले आफ्नो कारोबार सञ्चालन गरिरहेको अवस्थामा त्यस्तो कम्पनी दर्ता खारेज गरेको भएको देखिएन हैन, एउटा त्यो कन्डिसन. अर्को, कम्पनीको जायजता र दायित्वको समुचित व्यवस्था गर्न त्यस्तो कम्पनीको नाम पुनर्स्थापना गर्न अदालतले न्यायोचित देखेन. It's a discretionary power. If the court finds that it's appropriate, it seems feels the appropriate to revive that company. हैन, त्यो अदालतले देखेको खण्डमा if necessary, if there is a reasonable grounds, court sees that कम्पनीको जायजता, त्यसको दायित्वको समुचित व्यवस्था गर्नको लागि, so just the justifiable arrangement, okay, management गर्नको लागि चाहिँ यदि कोर्टले उपयुक्त देखेमा, it's depend on the court's order, है. The discretionary power of court, whether court may issue order to revive or not. So only these two conditions where the company can be revived, that is deregistered by the promoters. Okay, these are all for today's session. If you have any question, queries, confusion, then you can ask.
No question, sir.
See you then on Monday. Monday, our class, next session. Okay. See you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.